I think when Muungano started, like I mentioned, it started in a very, very oppressive environment, a very oppressive government. And obviously, the people who would organize resistance would also be targeted. So in those early years, Muungano kind of would not organize through formal organizations. So people would organize, do something, and then disperse. And so they wouldn't remain in a formal organization. So they'd come together to do an act of resistance or resist something. And then they would disperse, because if they stayed together, then they would be more easily targeted. So those were the early years. But then slowly, we began to realize that we needed an organization that we needed to have a leadership, some form, in order to be able to move on. Because at that time also, we didn't have any resources. Actually, when we started, we didn't have any donor resources. It was just people moving on their own and doing whatever they could. But then we realized we needed resources in order to organize more effectively. And that's when then we began to mobilize resources, and now began to form little organizations. And the first organizations we formed were through the saving schemes. So we mobilized resources and started forming saving schemes using the SDI methodology. That was from the year 2000 onwards.